Congratulations, you just got hired at Keiko Corp. They're the latest Silicon Valley startup to hit the scene. They help analyze data of large companies and consult on what companies should do with their data. They do autonomous vehicles, security cameras. They have an online dating app, a website. They even have drones. And they also offer their services, like Amazon, to other big companies or startups. And you just got hired. Awesome. Wait, what is your role? Well, you're the new machine learning and data science expert. Well, this is a little awkward because you don't really know anything about that, do you? Maybe a little bit. Maybe you've heard it in the news, but this is going to be awkward because it's too late. You're already hired and people want you working right away. So you enter the office and, oh, there's your boss right there. This guy over here with the perfect hair, that's Bruno. He just got promoted and he's really excited to make an impact with Keiko Corp in their data division. And he just hired you to lead some of their initiatives. Now, he seems nice on the surface, but I have a feeling that he's going to be a tough cookie to work with. But you know what? We'll get through this. Now, if your memory is fuzzy of how you ended up here at Keiko Corp, let's not worry about that. It's your first day on the job. All you know is that you're the new machine learning and data science expert. Now, because this is your first day, as you do, you go out for lunch with your coworkers. And luckily, they don't ask you too many questions. And they seem to like you. They seem to be nice. But then, during lunch comes the question. Hey, we've heard about this machine learning thing, and Bruno said that you're the expert on the topic, and we're excited to have you on the team, but what is machine learning? And you think to yourself, oh boy, what should I say here? Well, you know what, guys, I have to go back to work, don't have much time, I'll explain it to you tomorrow. So you run away, still confused how you got here, but luckily the day ends with you not revealing that you know absolutely nothing and you have no idea how you just got hired. You survived the first day, but we have a problem, right? Tomorrow you have to go into work and you're going to have to explain this to your colleagues. Hopefully you can survive throughout the next couple of weeks and let people know that you're not an imposter. But, what should we do here? Well, luckily for you, you remember your old childhood friends. Their name? Andre and Daniel. Look how cute they were as a baby. You call them up and you say, hey, somehow I landed this job in Silicon Valley. It's really well paying, but I have no idea what I'm talking about. And luckily for you, they know. So they're going to help you throughout this journey to make sure that Bruno doesn't fire you and you impress all your colleagues. What we're going to do is each day at work, you're going to get some tasks and then you're going to go back home and Andre and Daniel are going to help you so that, well, you don't get fired. So here we are, all of us at home trying to decide how we're going to tackle this first problem. That is, what is machine learning? We have to go into work tomorrow and explain it to our colleagues. Let's get to it. What is machine learning? Hello! I'm super excited to start and hopefully you are too. But in order for us to uncover this world of data science and machine learning, we need to understand what we are learning and where we're going to end up, so we have a clear path to success. Now, this course has over 200 HT videos that are broken down into sections. So let's go over the sections so you know what the plan is. First, we start off with a really fun section, Machine Learning 101. What is machine learning? We're going to play around with some fun tools and understand what this whole craze around machine learning is, so that you're able to explain this to your friends, family, and dog. Okay, maybe not the dog. Once we get comfortable with the idea of machine learning, we understand the history and how we got here and how it works on a high level, we then have two paths for you to follow. One is if you don't know Python or have never programmed in your life, well, we're going to teach you some Python so that you're able to follow the rest of the course. The other path is for those who are already familiar with programming and Python, and want to just dive straight in. So you can pick Python or we keep going with the course. The next part is about work environment. We want to have a professional setup that you're going to use in real life scenarios. So we're going to introduce you to topics like Jupyter Notebooks, Conda, and virtual environments, so that by the end of this section, you have a professional setup, and when you go into work on your first day on the job, you understand exactly what you need to install on your computer. We then move on to data analysis. How do we analyze this data that we have using libraries like Pandas? Then we learn about a very important library when it comes to data science, and that is NumPy, a fundamental tool for all data scientists. Then we move on to data visualizations. This is going to be really fun because we get to work with libraries like Matplotlib that allows us to make really neat graphs and visuals to describe our data. We then go into the very popular scikit-learn. If you want to get into machine learning, you need to know this library. And scikit-learn allows us to use models and train models and check how accurate our machine learning models are. In that section, we're going to learn a complete workflow for a machine learning project. Then things get interesting. This is when we start working on real-life projects and actually dive deep into machine learning. We're going to learn about supervised learning, about neural networks, transfer learning, deep learning. We're going to do projects on classification, regression. We're going to build models around time series data. Now, we're not going to shy away from difficult topics here. We're going to introduce you, especially later on in the course, to advanced topics like deep learning, neural networks, and transfer learning. And we use the latest version of TensorFlow and Keras to do fun projects like image classifications, transfer learning. We're even going to show you how to use GPUs on your models to accelerate the training. This is going to be a really fun part where we actually work on real life projects, and we're going to have notebooks and workbooks by the end of it to show off on your portfolio. We then get into data engineering. Data engineering is actually a whole field in itself, but as a data scientist, you need to understand what they do and what the big high-level concepts are on topics like Hadoop and Spark, so that you know how they're used in the industry and you can communicate with data engineers. This is a part that's often missing in a lot of courses. But one of my favorite parts is this last part, the storytelling and communication. Something that we're very excited about because it's a topic so important but often forgotten. That is, in order for you to be a successful machine learning and data science engineer, you need to be able to communicate your work, present your work to management, to boss, to your coworkers. So using our experience working in the industry, we're going to show you how to work on your storytelling, communication, to present your project and to really stand out from all your colleagues. Data science is a popular field, and in order for you to succeed, we want to go beyond just the basics. And communication is a big part of that. As you can see, we have a lot to cover here, a lot of videos and a lot of exercises, but I promise you, it's going to be a lot of fun. As a matter of fact, we're going to follow a storyline where you get hired at a company and all these tasks are going to be thrown at you by a boss. And we've mimicked these tasks based on our experience working for companies, so that when you land your first job, well, you won't have any surprises, or at least you're used to the work environment. By the end of it all, this is all going to fit in together and make sense from the very beginning of machine learning and data science basics to the very end with building our own projects. We're going to take you from zero to mastery. But you know what? The best part of this course is our online community. We have thousands of developers chatting every day, helping each other out, solving problems together, and just talking about the latest and greatest in programming, data, and the tech world. Now, this is an optional resource for you to use, so you can have back and forth conversation with other students and myself and Daniel. The idea is for you to feel like you're part of a classroom and you're not doing this all by yourself. But you know what? Enough talk. I know you're getting excited, I am too, so let's get started. In the next video, it's your first day at work and we're gonna start this course. Let's start learning and see why being a data scientist has become one of the most in-demand skills in the world. Let's get started.